downhill, 18 feet. Oh God, 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 oh God. Hi, my name is Jimmy McDonald. I am the National Sales Manager for Golfzon America, and we are here at Golfzon HQ in Virginia, where we are going to debut our new and exciting TwoVison golf simulator. So this is a full-service golf simulator solution. That means we've got everything you need to have a simulator in your home or place of business. We've got your touchscreen control monitor with built-in GolfSim CPU, your hitting surfaces, your projector, your screen, your high-speed camera equipment. It's really everything and more that you're gonna need to have the best golf simulator on the market today. All right, let's get into what makes this new golf simulator so fun and exciting. What's different? And for us, we're gonna start on the floor. We've got some new hitting surfaces. The fairway mat hasn't changed, that's nothing new. But when we look over to the rough and the bunker mats, those are a little different this year. So the bunker mat is a little new and different, and you've probably seen it before in other videos, but that was when we were going through beta testing mode, and now it's live. And it's yours. And what's different about it is we separated it into two different bunker surfaces. We've got a fairway bunker mat where it's gonna make the ball sit up a little bit higher so you can pick it clean with your longer irons, just as you would on a fairway bunker. And then we've got a greenside bunker where the ball's gonna nestle down a little bit. So you have to take your wedge, open it up, and use the bounce a little more, just like you're playing real golf on the golf course. And then on the rough side, we've got a new similar look to it as well. We've got an intermediate cut of rough, which is your first cut, a little shorter, a little easier to get the ball out. And then we've got the longer grass, the longer rough, when you really hit it sideways. And I'm gonna show you that, I'm sure, a few times later today when we get into the demo. But we'll leave it there for now. So the auto tee-up system hasn't changed. It was a great system before, and it's still a great system now. So we're gonna continue using it just as it was. But now out in front of the auto tee-up system, we've got a new thing called the LED putting guide, which is a really neat and useful feature. Kind of like a caddy reading your green for you on the golf course. If he points to a blade of grass on the ground, that's your line. We do that with LED lights now. So your ball's gonna sit on the fairway mat, and then an LED light will illuminate and tell you where to aim your putt. And it's based on where the golf ball is relative to the hole. So if you move the golf ball on the fairway surface, a new LED light will illuminate to give you a consistent line no matter where the ball is on the putting surface. So you probably see this hydraulic swing plate I'm standing on and you're thinking, that's a little bit different. And it is, and that's a big one we want to tackle here in this video. It is now called our dual plate. It's not just a single platform that lifts up and it moves in all directions. That was great, but this is better. Now we've got a hinge located right between the golfer and the hitting area. On this mat, we've got one on the right side and we got one on the left side for the lefties. And what's gonna happen is the swing plate's gonna move in all the same directions it used to, but now that hinge can also raise and lower. So you've got even more lies that you're gonna see on the golf course. You've got even more ways to practice, even more ways to play, and even more ways to be challenged while you're out there playing golf on our system. So we've changed our camera equipment now for this new TwoVison system as well. We used to have two cameras up in the ceiling, and now there's only one. And we've changed the location as well. We've moved the camera right over the hitting area, and we're still using a second camera, but it's in a different location. Now it's located in the kiosk that sits off to the side. So you get those two angles looking in at the golf ball and the golf club, and what that gives us is way more club head data. Way more accurate club head data of what the club is doing through the impact zone, the club face rotation, where the golf ball is contacting the club through the impact zone. There's tons of stuff here. We even show you divot patterns and where the club is contacting the ground, how big or small your divot is. Tons of information here that's gonna be really good for the average golfer and even better for teaching on our system. So I did mention the new kiosk a couple moments ago, and let's expand on that a little bit because there's a lot of new features here. Built into this kiosk is your T4 camera sensor that's looking down at the hitting area, okay? But right above it, you have your touchscreen interface. That's how you're gonna control your golf simulator. You're gonna pick which course you wanna play, how you wanna play it, and so forth. Once you get onto the golf course though, it does serve a little bit different of a purpose. On our previous simulator, on the Vision Premium, you would hit your golf shot and you would get some data on the screen and then it would go away. And we got a lot of feedback about that, hey, I want to look at my data. I don't want it to disappear right away. So now we're going to show you that data so you can analyze it right here on your touchscreen control monitor. You can look at tons of different things. You can look at your shot metrics, so you can get your spin, your launch, and your ball speed, and all that good stuff. Or you can look at videos of the club through the impact zone or your swing replay video. There's tons of things that you can go in and look at after the fact, and it's not gonna go away. It's gonna sit there for the last shot that you hit, so you can go and analyze your game as you play, if you like. When choosing your difficulty settings on a Golfzon simulator, traditionally you would choose from one of the 4 options: beginner, amateur, pro, or tour. Based on which one of these you choose, the software will give you a little boost in certain categories. For example, on beginner, you might get a little extra distance and it'll help straighten out your shot. On tour mode, you'll get no help at all, and the other 2 are somewhere in between. There's a second menu to change your difficulty level later on where you'll have to choose between normal, semi-tour, and tour. When making your selection here, this isn't going to change the way that the game is played, so your shots are going to play just as they would from the normal difficulty setting, but this will change the information made available to you on the course, which will make your club selection either easier or harder. We still have all the classic modes of play on the Golfzon TwoVision software. You can choose from stroke play, foursome stroke, which is alternate shot stroke play, match play, chip and putt mode, which will turn any course into a par 3, and scramble mode. And new this year, only available on TwoVision simulators, is network play. Network play is a way that you can compete in real time against your friends or strangers. You can compete 1 against 1, 1 against 2, or 1 against hundreds of competitors in real time on any golf course of your choosing. Golfzon's strategy of including every golf course with its software hasn't changed. We're still going to share with you our entire library of golf courses, which at the time of this filming is 203 courses. We'll be adding several new golf courses every year, both from the United States and around the world. Another new feature debuting this year on the TwoVision systems is the availability of Caddy Mode. When you turn Caddy Mode on, you'll get some additional help on the golf course. The caddy will give you a little more information about the shot at hand and how you might want to think your way through it. There might be some elevation you're not looking at, or there might be a bunker that you don't see, and the caddy will help you through that. They'll also help you by reading the putts, suggesting you should read a cup on the right, 2 cups on the left, or 10 feet on the right and a foot downhill. They'll give you a lot of help out there, and it's worth using. One of the features that we had available on Vision Plus software was continuous putting. And that's something that wasn't used a lot because it wasn't a menu item. You had to do it in-game by touching one of the arrow keys on the foot pedals, but now we made it a standard menu item. So you can select continuous putting to speed up the pace of play when you're on the golf course. When you're playing a match and both players have reached the green, whoever's farthest from the hole will start putting. Once they putt, they don't get off the platform until they've holed out. So here we are on the driving range, and not a lot has changed. A lot of the things that you're going to see on the driving range are the same. The targets are the same, the way the range plays is the same, and the gameplay is the same. There's a little bit more data now though, so we're actually going to show you a video of the club moving through the impact zone. Other things we'll show you are your divot patterns, how big your divot is, how small your divot is, and where your divot happened on the turf, which is a really cool feature. You're hitting off of an artificial turf surface, so it's pretty easy to get away with the clunky ones that you hit on the golf course and on the driving range. Whereas in real life, if you hit it heavy, well, you're gonna know pretty quick that you hit it fat. So here on the golf simulator, you're still gonna get away with more than you probably should, but we are able to show you where the club contacted the ground so you can work on your game that way. In addition to your divot pattern, we're also going to show you a more detailed view of the swing arc through the hitting zone. So we'll be able to show you what the golf club was doing through the impact zone, and you're going to see a really detailed video of that. You can also go over to the kiosk and pull up that video later if you want to, so you can take a look at your previous shots and you can see what the club was doing through impact so you can work on your game. So let's get serious. You didn't come here to watch me hit balls on the driving range. You want to see me hit on the course. So that's where we are. We've selected Cog Hill. That's where I'm going to play a few holes today. Hopefully I can keep it in play. And you'll notice that a lot of this kind of looks the same, right? It's the same golf courses that we had on our Vision Premium system. It's kind of the same layout and the same interface. But a couple things are different. For example, if I move my aim where I'm going to be in trouble, it's going to highlight the important areas on the golf course that I'm looking to avoid. So right now, it's telling me that, hey, there's a bunker on this line 263 yards away. Now I know I can either choose to aim away from that, or I can try and hit it over that. It's my decision, it's my golf shot, I get to make those calls now, but it's a lot more intuitive with how we're going to work you through your shot selection. You can aim left, you can aim right, you can go long, you can go short. These are all decisions you gotta make, and our goal is to give you as much data as possible to make the most informed decision for that shot. All right, let's get down to it. First hole, Cog Hill, I got a driver. It's probably not the right club, but I didn't come here to lay up, right? Let's hit some shots. Yep, too much club. That's okay, I'm in the bunker. Now my floor is moving and I'm gonna have to think my way through this shot. So the ball's pretty significantly above my feet, and now I'm gonna use our new bunker surfaces here. I'm gonna put the ball on the fairway bunker mat and I'm gonna hit this shot. I've got a couple things I need to look out for here on the screen. Got 121 yards to the front of the green, 24 yards to cover the bunker that I'm currently in, so I'm getting a lot of data here. I'm getting a lot of information I need to process how to play this shot. Wind isn't really a factor. Pin's on the left side of the green, so if I'm smart, I'm gonna leave this off kind of in the center of the green. We'll see if I can hit it right. I got a 9-iron in my hand right now, and we're gonna try and make some good contact. I said if I'm smart, I'm gonna leave this in the middle of the green, right? That was almost right at the pin, maybe even a little left of it. So not the best shot. We got a long putt here, and a couple things we need to pay attention to. First, it's the grid lines that are going this way on the putting surface. That's telling me the ball is gonna wanna drift that way on the green. So I'm gonna have to aim left of the cup if I wanna get this in the hole or even close to it. I've also got a shot here that's going about 1.5 feet uphill, so this is gonna be a slower putt. I can tell that by the elevation in the center where it's telling me, hey, this is uphill. And I'm also looking at the heat chart in the upper right part of the screen here. This is telling me kind of the higher points of the green, the lower points of the green, and I can use that information to get an idea of what the green is doing. So we're always gonna play our putts from the fairway mat, and I'm gonna use the lines here to help me line up to what a straight putt would be. And then I'm gonna step in and I'm gonna give this a pretty hard whack, because this is a far putt, it's uphill, and I'm gonna try and hit this around maybe 50, 55 feet. That's the number I have in my head here. So now I want to take a second to talk about what I think is one of the coolest new features on the TwoVison system, which is our LED putting guide. So I'm gonna put the ball on the fairway mat, that's where I'm gonna roll all my putts from, and then an LED light will illuminate on the front of the hitting mat. It's telling me where I wanna start the ball. And if I move the golf ball just an inch, it's gonna light up a new LED light, because it's telling me where I need to start the ball, right? So if I move the ball an inch, then that light should move an inch. If I move it 3 inches, it should move 3 inches. And it matters how far away the ball is from the LED light. So it's really reading the putt for you. It's no different than if you're out playing with a caddy and he points to a blade of grass on the ground and says, start it here. That's what we're doing on our system. We're giving you a start point. You gotta figure out speed and you gotta hit it there, just like on a real golf course, but we're giving you an idea on how to play the break. Rolled it right over that LED. Right speed in the hole. All right, the second hole at Cog Hill is a par 3, about 180 yards, a little downhill, a little downwind. I got a lot of things going on here, and it's also telling me my distance to cover the bunkers out there. A lot of really good info here. Our hydraulic floor is always gonna be flat on the teeing grounds and on the greens. It's always flat. It's gonna be recessed into the ground, flat surface, and then every shot from tee to green, in between there, it should be moving on you. So we're flat here. I'm gonna hit this tee shot. Hopefully we get it close to the green. Thought I got that one. So a shot like this is where the TwoVison system really starts to shine, because the dual plate is activated, okay? So it lifted out of the ground. The golf ball is a little bit on a downhill lie, a little bit, but then where the hitting area is, it's sloped away from me a little bit. So this is a really challenging lie, and it's really subtle, and it can get pretty extreme. This one's not too bad, but I'm gonna take the ball, I'm gonna place it in the green side bunker mat and try to navigate this shot. So the ball really sat down a little bit in that greenside bunker mat. I'm really gonna have to open up this sand wedge and I'm gonna have to get under it, okay? I also have to throw it up in the air to cover the lip of the bunker. So I'm gonna try and hit it high, land it soft. We'll see what happens. All right, about 10 feet here, par putt, not a lot of movement. So I can hit this one pretty straight. I gotta give it a nice firm whack coming back up the hill. Hopefully we find the cup. So putting on the Golfzon system, this is one of our best features, and it has been for a long time. The putting is so accurate and so consistent. You can really, I mean, if you miss it left, you're gonna miss it left. You know, if you pull it, you're gonna know it. Every golfer knows when they pull a putt, and you're gonna see it actually play out like that on a Golfzon system. But what I think is even more important here is the next to zero latency is so important when you're putting, because putting is feel, right? And if you hit the ball and you look up and you don't see anything happening on the screen, you're totally disconnected from what you're doing. So now this is a 10-foot putt. I need to hit this ball 10 feet, okay? And when I look up at the screen, I'm gonna see an immediate response. So there's immediate feedback, which is not only good for that shot, but it's great for all future shots that you hit on the system as well, because you develop confidence in the system, that it's reading you accurately, and you don't have to think about how the simulator is gonna respond. You just have to think about your game. So here we go. Two for two, baby, even par. Okay, let's make a birdie. All right, we got a straight 400-yard par four, a little downhill, not too much in the way. I can just beat it out there, so here we go. All right, lost that one a little bit to the right. Lost it in the deep rough. It's not the intermediate cut. I guess I could cheat and say it was, but I'm gonna use the deep rough here on this shot. I'm gonna take the ball, just drop it down. And now I've got 110 yards uphill. I'll take that. I just missed the green, but it's a manageable putt. So it's about 15 feet just on the fringe, and I'm gonna roll it. So I'm getting my LED light lighting up, telling me where I wanna start this ball. I'm getting the slope from what I'm looking at on the screen, and I'm just gonna try and reach the screen. That's about 15 feet away from where I am right now, so that's kind of my visual target that I'm hitting at, and hopefully we see this ball drop into the bottom of the cup. That was a pretty good putt. I mean, I almost made it, but I'm about 6 inches short, and this is where Golfzon is awesome, because I'm gonna take this ball, I'm gonna move it back on the hitting mat a little bit, and I only need to hit it 6 inches, right? That's about right here. So that's what I'm gonna give it, and I want you to pay attention to where the ball stops on the hitting mat versus where it goes on the screen. Firming in the back of the cup, and Golfzon is so good at reading those short putts precisely. You can see the ball actually never left the hitting surface. It's still on the fairway mat. So we only need about that much of the flight or the distance that the ball travels to capture all the data we need to show you a golf shot. It's not like it has to go 15 feet or 8 feet to register a shot. We can capture this much. So we let you play those shots to a high degree of accuracy. That's why there's only one golf simulator in the world that has professional tours competing on it, and that's ours, because the short game and the putting is as consistent and accurate as it is. All right, that concludes our in-game demo. Hope you guys liked what you saw. It was a lot of fun to play, even though I sprayed the ball all over the place. That's okay, I can deal with that. So just to recap, we do have some new features here and some great old ones that stuck around, and this is a full-service golf simulator, so it's everything that you need. We've got your high-speed camera equipment, your projector, your screen, your CPU simulator console that's gonna give you all the access to all the courses and modes of play that we have, all your hitting surfaces, 2 kinds of rough, 2 kinds of bunker, and your fairway, automatic tee-up system, your hydraulic moving floor dual plate system that we're debuting this year. It's everything and more that you need to have the best golf simulator you're ever gonna see. Thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to find out what Golfzon has been up to. And if you'd like to learn more or contact our sales department to see how you can get one of these for your home or business, please head on over to golfzongolf.com. We can answer some of your questions there or connect you with a sales representative right away. Thank you again. Okay, ball. Please go in the hole. You're embarrassing me. You're making me look like an idiot. You're making me look so stupid. All these guys are like, he can't play golf. Why is he on the system? He should be filming this. He sucks. That's what he said. I heard him say it to his friend. He was like, this guy sucks. God, you even know where this is going? Did you look? Did you look at the LED sensor? Are you paying attention at all? God. Your wife barely likes you. Maybe if you could hit it 300, but you can't. Did you see that stupid shirt Jake brought for you to wear in this thing? He brought a women's medium. That's what they think of you out here. They think you're a women's medium. Whose shoes are these? These shoes are like size 6.5. My son could wear these shoes. He could probably hit it farther than me too. Your posture sucks. You have razor burn. You tried to look good for this thing, but look at you. Maybe do a sit-up once in a while. Do you have to have donuts every morning? All right, let's make this putt. Come on, confident. Think confident. Think confident. Is this a straight putt? That breaks 15 feet. I can't even tell where this is pointing right now. Okay. Downhill, 18 feet. Oh God, 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 oh God. I feel like this is going really well.